Okay, we are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show. Say
Hello,
hello.
everyone.
Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about things that most people wouldn't think to stockpile. Um, what do you think, Dave? What's on your list? Kind of odd-ish
it,
items.
it it is, and
I have a long list, but
just trying to
it's
look at
probably
a few.
way different than yours.
Yeah, well, um, uh, one of the things you can think about is, since I'm sitting here wearing reading glasses, um, you know,
Yeah.
oh hey, I clicked on the right button. My computer did something right. Spare
I wish
eyeglasses,
I had an applause button.
right? Spare eyeglasses, dental care supplies. Important documents. Sewing kit is one of the ones that I've seen that is missed a lot. People don't
Mm-hmm.
think about needing sewing kits, putting extra buttons back on. And then I'm going to go to my side of stuff is spare parts for your freedom dispensers.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a 3 or 4 cent piece that goes bad, and now you have a very expensive baseball bat.
Yeah.
So spare
Spare
parts
parts.
for your firearms.
And tools to work on the spare
Yes,
parts.
yes.
Well, I got quite a lengthy list here. Things that was just came off the top of my head. Um, you mentioned dental hygiene. It is a good idea to stockpile toothpaste and extra toothbrushes because you have to change out. You're supposed to change out your toothbrush every 3 months or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, toothpicks and mouthwash, etc. Disposable razors, hair ties, um, shampoo and soap bars. Um, ladies, you should always stock up on items for your monthly cycle. That's always a good idea. You do not want to run out of those. If you have babies, stock up on diapers, wipes, etc., bottles, dry formula, things like that. And my list is not really in any particular order. It's just, like I said, things that came off the top of my head. Manual tools, hammers, screwdrivers, things like that. Also, speaking of manual, you want at least three manual can openers, uh, books, board games.
Well, with tools, that's another thing too. You won't have your battery operated tools if it is that type of a situation. Think about
Hmm.
a carpenter's
Well,
handsaw.
if you have a way to recharge those batteries like solar, you know.
No, absolutely. But if you find yourself needing something like that, a carpenter's saw is a good one to have. A hand drill, they're
Hmm.
not fun to use, but an old school hand drill, is something that if you need to drill a hole
Hmm.
and you don't have power at all, then that's the way to
Hmm.
go.
What was that gadget that you had when
The pocket
the
chainsaw,
pocket chainsaw? You still have it?
I do.
Okay. Funny story because when we first met, when we first started dating, this was what 27 years ago. Um, I was always fascinated by the fact that this little pocket chainsaw, how it worked. You can't do a great big tree, but you can do smaller
So
branches.
it's actually a
And
chainsaw blade that you can run a handle through each end, and you're gonna, more or less have it over a limb, and it works as a chainsaw. Um, but I was able to just do with a little creative work, paracord on each end, so I could throw it up over a higher limb, and we was able to cut those off some tree limbs that had broke and was hanging down on the roof of our house.
hmm
So it worked
and
pretty
I
good.
remember when you first met my dad, he thought that was the coolest little gadget.
And it's in a little tin the size of a dip can.
Like an Altoids
Yep.
can, you could put it in that. But I just thought that was funny. Another thing that some people don't think about is trash bags, and lots of them. because you can run through trash bags. Everybody knows how quick you can run through trash bags, so you need quite a few of them. Ziploc bags is another. And of course, toilet paper, paper towels, and napkins. That's
Well, I just went on a 5-day camping trip, and we did run out of. We had trash bags, but the problem is the receptacle that is out there in the national forest. It's bear proof. It's locked up. It's a very small opening, so I had these massive construction trash bags.
you had what, the 55-gallon.
Yeah, so we couldn't fill them all the way up. So we found out that the shopping bags worked better. And then once we had like 4 shopping bags full, we would just walk up there and throw them away. And we ran out of shopping bags.
Yeah, that's also a good idea. Save those plastic shopping bags.
Yes. Me and the guy I went with was saying, man, we need, 20 more of these things. But we use those in Ziploc bags extensively because as we're cooking, we had leftovers, was able to Ziploc what was there, and that became the snack or the next meal as we were going. So,
Right. Another thing is, let's say the lights go out and there is no power, and things look pretty grim or whatever. But another thing that I think is important to stock up on is liquid dish soap.
there's a lot of stuff that we may not think about, and you may have your own specific thing that's pertinent to you or your family, your personal needs. Medication is one of the things that should be at your forefront, that you need to make sure that you're getting that 90-day supply or what have you. I'm going through, well, everybody has medications, but, just trying to make sure you got enough and then have them properly stored. You can take those and Mylar them and put them in the refrigerator to make them last longer, but I don't think that's necessary. A lot of the medications can, as long as you keep them dry,
a cool, dark, dry place.
Yeah. So
store them in a cupboard.
So cash is one of the things that is a dying thing. They just stopped making the penny.
Yeah.
So
I'm keeping all of my pennies.
cash is something that people don't carry around with them much. So here's the thing. I do some traveling, and I have been out, and my credit card would not work for gas. It's not so much as my card, the gas station, their services were down.
Their end.
Their data line was down. So cash only.
Okay.
Well, here I was on the phone. I broke my own rule. I got way too low on gas. I didn't know if I could make it to the next station. Luckily, I had cash, and I could pay him cash to get gas. You never know if, one, your wallet gets stolen. You always need to make sure you're keeping your cash separate from your wallet. That way, if you do get pickpocketed or you just lose your wallet, you still have means of doing something with cash. Now, unfortunately, a lot of places are not taking cash anymore. I worked in the metro Atlanta area, and they had signs up saying no cash accepted here.
Right.
Although they said that their robberies went down because of that.
Is anybody in the chat?
Yeah.
Are there?
Yep.
Okay. I was going to pull this up, but I didn't want that to happen. I had to mute it. But,
Say again?
Huh? I had it pulled up, but it was coming through the speakers, so...
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
So I need you to monitor the chat.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay. So
No, we have a couple guys in here, and got one viewer is saying Jace Medical. Yeah, I've heard of that.
I have too. There are antibiotics.
Yes.
And other medications too, but
Well,
mostly antibiotics.
Yeah, you can get a year's supply, and have it shipped straight to your house. They'll custom make a case for you too. You know, so if you
And it's prescription. I don't know how it works, but be a good thing to have.
well, they contact your doctor.
I see. Okay.
Well, they contact a doctor. I don't know if it may be your doctor, but they do contact a doctor. There's ways. I didn't know about that, and I need to dig some more into that. But yeah, JASE Medical is the
Let me
ones
see
to
if I
take a
can-
look at.
Let
So
me see if I can find it.
they have doctors on staff. Then there you go. That is the answer.
Okay. Another thing that I thought about, paper maps and compasses.
Also, another dying art.
Did you already have that on your list?
So
That's all I have on my list.
these are things that we're thinking about, the items that are often forgotten. That is something that I never forget. Is the way to get to where I need to go, or the way to get home. If okay, so it's not an EMP, but the satellites have gone down. You may have to have some type of hard map to get you wherever you need to go. Another thing is, that hard map will allow you to check out and go, oh, hey, wow, there's a creek or stream not too far from me. I didn't have enough water, so now I need to find water. Or if I'm walking home.
Also, ways to filter it.
Correct. Extra water
Or
filters is very important.
the bare minimum, a way to boil it.
But the maps, and mytopo.com is one of the ones that I keep referring to, because they are a great resource for cool maps, and you can customize them. Not affiliated. I just like their website. They're very cool people. You can customize your maps any way you want to, with grids, reference points, center it up on your area of operation, and get it custom made. So, compass.
Oh, here's what I wanted to show.
One is none, two is one. Just remember that.
Yeah.
You will never find the one you put away, because it's been put away.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the.
There we go.
That's what I wanted to show everybody. As per that comment on Jace Medical. So, as a matter of fact, obviously they're having a Black Friday deal. So.
Flash deal, 15% off trauma kits. So while it's up there, trauma kits. Remember, you need to have something more than Band-Aids.
Definitely more than Band-Aids.
You need to have something that can handle larger injuries. We was in the woods. Now we're out in the middle of an Alabama forest, and there's no phone service whatsoever. Of course, you can drive down the road a mile or two, and then the service comes back. But, how long is it going to take for 911 to locate you out in the middle of nowhere?
Well,
So
that's
if
if you have a signal at all.
Well, and that's the thing. So you're out processing firewood, you slip and you hit your leg with one of your brand new, freshly sharpened axe. And it goes pretty deep. A Band-Aid's not going to work with that. You're now packing that thing with gauze. Maybe a tourniquet, depending upon how bad, but tourniquets are funny. You need to know how to administer tourniquets, and does it need to be is it needed? A lot of people get tourniquet happy just because, there's a cut, I'm going to tourniquet. No.
Yeah.
If you're losing your
If you start getting dizzy,
if
you're in
losing
trouble.
fluid, you need to do something. But you need to have something larger in your kit. And yes, in the comments, super glue is something that I keep in my kits on the construction sites, everywhere. and I know there's probably someone in the medical field going, "Oh no, you can't use that." Well, because it's not medical grade. Super glue was
Well,
designed for the medical field
I think
anyway.
in a pinch,
No, 100%. We
I've heard of people using it before.
super glue and electrical tape.
Yeah.
Band-aids won't stick; they won't stay on there. So we use super glue and electrical tape majority of the time, with a little bit of gauze.
Right.
So let's see here.
What else can
What
you
have we
think
got here in
of?
the comments?
I've got them up on my phone. So
You do
I
now.
can see
Okay, no worries. I'm sitting there looking at this. Gaia Maps is another one if you're looking for navigation tools. Onyx is another one that works pretty well. I've taken a look at Onyx. I don't know if Gaia does it, but I know that Onyx does. If you're out riding around and you happen to pull your location up, that it shows you who's the property owner.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find out, hey, that's a cool trail. I'm going to take a right and go down this dirt road. And then you realize, oh, I'm on private property.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a cool part where you can actually say, oh, okay, cool. I need to turn around and leave right now.
Right, right. What's those? I saw a video the other day.
Electrical tape and a dirty rag job site first aid kit. Not gonna deny that. That's usually a shirt tail and some tape.
Mm-hmm.
So
I saw a video the other day, and you talked about this before. It this little tool allows you to kind of get water from certain buildings. It's like a tiny. It's like a miniature.
it's called a silcock.
Yes, that's what. But it's a miniature.
It's a
like
little wrench.
It looks like a miniature lug wrench.
Yes, it looks like a little miniature
Yeah, that's
lug
what
wrench.
I was trying to think of the word.
It works. You can find it at Home Depot in the plumbing department, and it actually works on commercial hose bibs on the outside, to where if you look at it, it's got a square valve handle, if you will. You can't reach in there and grab it. That little tool will allow you to get water from commercial buildings if you need to get that in a pinch. So I know we're talking about items often forgotten, but hey, it is the rabbit hole. We call it that for a reason.
Yeah, we kind of skew off into
We do.
different topics, but we mostly try to stay on topic.
Mostly.
But sometimes it just doesn't happen. But anyway,
so books. Hardback books of information. The one thing people want to rely on the most is their phone.
yeah.
When this thing dies, it's done. Oh man, I've got all these books downloaded on my phone or my Kindle or my tablet or my computer. Well, if
Successful. Okay, we are successful. Okay, what were you saying, Dave?
there we go, we are back.
We're back. Mine is frozen, it looks like.
Nope.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Technical difficulties.
Like we were saying, when the electronics go down.
And I forgot what I was going to say. I said something about if we have an extended power outage, and then
Well, books. We were talking about
books.
if you lose that knowledge that's stored on your system, it's gone. But I don't know if it froze before I could do that. To show, these books, these paperback books are worth their weight in gold. That's knowledge that you will have with you forever.
well, and also too, you also have to think about morale boosters. Ways to keep your mind occupied other than books. You need some entertainment, so that's why I mentioned board games. Things like that.
I don't know how well the camera would. Let's try this. Let's see what.
Oh, I see.
So that is centered up, down, reverse. So that is camp crafting and stuff. you can look at these books, and a lot of it, and I know it's blurry, I don't care, but a lot of it, it gives you an idea. You're sitting here looking at this thing, and campcraft. You can find ways and things to build. Ooh, I'm bored. I'm going through this situation. I don't need to, but I'm going to try and boil my water this way. We're going to make a little snare. All these are good skills to have, but having the knowledge to do that, that's where it's going to really come into play.
And a lot of these, I know they have books that come out just about every year on these types of things, but don't disregard the older books.
Right. No, 100%. Games.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to keep occupied, especially if you got young ones.
Yeah, especially the young kids. You might want to stock up on like art supplies, coloring books and crayons and stuff like that. But also, if it is, like I said, a significant power outage and nothing is open, including the schools, get them some learning books. You can pick up all kinds of learning books at Walmart and Costco and other places, and that'll keep their little minds occupied and also keep learning at the same time. What you looking up?
So, responding a little bit off on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, glad to have all y'all here with us.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
But yeah,
I know we were late. Apologies.
Well, that and a little bit of a connection issues.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
well,
modern technology.
we do have a good team, do we not?
Absolutely, and that was part of it. We're getting a few things set up. If you notice, we're running off of some different mics and some things, and
I got my old mic back, which I like it.
Well, it's going to be a progression. Things are going to be changing on our end for the better. There's going to be more technology coming our way, more new features coming our way.
Yeah, we're going to be growing.
Yep.
I don't know how fast, but in my opinion, it can't come fast enough.
Well,
because a lot of these things I'm really excited about.
We just need to play that lottery.
Well,
so we're going to go as fast as funds will allow, and but we do have some cool things coming. Mm-hmm. It's going to be something that we're to have more interaction than just YouTube chat. So that's going to be the cool part.
Well, you had mentioned on the last net that we're possibly going to have the ability for people to call in.
Yes. Like we said.
And that'll be fun.
Great things are coming.
That'll be really fun. So, be looking for that. But anyway, we went off topic again.
We did. So, stick with us. There's going to be some cool things coming, and we're very anxious for that. All right. So, often forgotten. What else? Seeds and gardening tools.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're
good thinking. That didn't cross my mind, believe it or not.
Well, and I don't know, if you're in a situation long enough where you're actually having to think about planting a garden to replenish your food, well, that's pretty substantial. That's a bad situation.
Well, it's still a good idea.
No, it is.
But at the same time, you have to consider where you're going to plant, because the soil has to be rich in nutrients, and the pH balance has to be right, and all this kind of good stuff.
I would test that now while you have time.
That's what I'm saying, if you want to do that, because sometimes if you've got a yard like we do, we know we have rocks in the ground. We just don't know to what extent.
So another thing to think about is that if you are in a situation to where you were planting a garden, I'm choosing my words. If you're planting a garden for survival, you're going to have to think about some other elements too. If it's got to that point, if it's lasting that long, and you're now planting a garden for survival. Say you already have a garden or some livestock or things like that, and you know that things have gotten kind of rough out there. You're going to have to think about security, and
Well, yeah.
that's a thing. You know, you got to look at it into perspective.
You
And I know
have
we're
to
talking
look
about,
out for four-legged predators and two-legged
well,
predators.
sometimes often forgotten that, you know, it could be your neighbor that you know very well.
Well,
That
especially if they're not prepared.
if they're not prepared,
Well, I mean, I've said this before. It's I'm not necessarily afraid of, you know, the average, you know, burglar. But what I'm most afraid of, it's not that I of course I'd be fearful, you know, but what I fear the most is a father wanting to feed his children. When people get very desperate, especially when they have young kids to feed, the desperation is real
well, you have to understand,
and
you know,
intense.
you think about it in your own mindset. What would you do to feed your children? The answer is
Right.
anything.
Yeah, of course.
That's the answer is anything. And you have to be ready for that anything.
You do.
You know,
do.
so
And
just
you know
throwing it out there.
how you handle that situation is completely up to you.
Yes.
You know,
so
we're not going to tell you what to do on that situation, you know, because that would no.
so anyway,
So anyway.
season gardening, make sure you have good heirloom seeds.
Yeah, because if you get the hybrids, sometimes they won't grow.
Right. You need to make sure you've got gardening tools to do that with because you may not have a tiller. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
But to make it easier, you can do container gardening.
You can.
A lot of fruits and vegetables you can plant in a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket.
So we've covered extra eyeglasses, let's see here. The dental care you can put in hygiene. Make sure you've
Well,
got.
I didn't have a specific category. That just is random.
Adequate supply of that. Entertainment, the mental stimulation, crossword puzzles, and not just for kids. It's going to be you too.
Everybody.
So think about it that way. Important documents, you can have a lot of that. You should already have that put away somewhere that's easily accessible, but important documents. The sewing kit.
Another thing I just thought about.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Fire extinguishers.
You can never have enough fire extinguishers. I'll tell you that right now. I have one in every room because of the work I do. I often get them for free. And it's just something that I have done. My mindset, maybe crazy or not, is say the fire breaks out in the hallway and I've got to fight my way through the fire to get to an exit. And if I've got one in every closet, I've got a team there that can help me. Here you go. Here's your fire extinguisher. We're going to, if it's so bad, we're going to just spray and run and make a mad dash through this, or we're going to be able to put this thing out ourselves.
Yeah.
You can use that in a self-defense situation, but you have to understand if, you're trying to blind them with a fire extinguisher,
You're
can't
going to
see
be
either.
blinded too.
So,
but whatever works at the moment.
Exactly.
I remember a long time ago I mentioned, I'm going to pick up one of my cats and throw them at them.
That would be brutal for them. Our cats has got some very sharp claws, and they always land with their feet.
They do. They do. They're pretty strong.
Yeah, and then let's see here, the household items. So here's the thing. The duct tape, the zip ties, safety pins, the sewing kits, paracord, all that items. Now here's my thing. I've got multiple rolls of duct tape, electrical tape. I've got extras of all that. Well, what I'm finding out is doing this for quite a few years, that all that has an expiration date. Now, how does tape expire? Well, it no longer, it turns into a big brick. It no longer
Yeah.
releases. It comes off in little bitty pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's no good.
it's brittle and it's no good, or it melts together.
Mm.
You know, so you need to be, thinking about, oh, let me go over there. Man, I got 25 rolls of electrical tape. Well, go check it out. Was it sitting out in the garage and it now froze and it's all solid? Or in the heat did it melt together?
Well, it's kind of maybe not the same principle, but regardless, it's kind of the same thing if you're storing water. We used to rinse out and wash out real good the milk jugs and put water in there, but they have an expiration date too. We learned that
3 to 5 years on your milk jugs.
we learned that the hard way.
And they disintegrate.
Not a really hard way. It wasn't terrible, but it was.
Well, it's kind of a, it's like, wow.
It was pretty leaky.
We walked into the basement and I'm like, where did all this water come from? And then I noticed that it was actually all our water storage, that we had down there. And, over the time, you think about how many milk cartons, milk jugs you use.
Yeah. Now if you drink sodas like from the 2-liter bottles, they last a pretty good while. I don't think we had any of those fail, did we?
No, that was the only thing that fell apart.
But there again, they could have an expiration date. I'm not sure. We never had one fail. But when we made the move, we emptied them all out and threw them away, and now we don't drink soda anymore.
Right.
So we have to come up with a different plan.
Well, that's fine. I've got some actual food grade water containers that took place of that, so we don't have 100 2-liters. And they're sitting there, in which we did. We found some that didn't clean out very well, and you can notice the mold that was in them. It was when we first started doing this that we're like, ooh, look, a container. And we started using the stuff. But
it wasn't a bad start.
No, it wasn't, and that's how you learn. One of our YouTube chatters here, after I had a house fire, I bought all my friends' fire extinguishers for Christmas. I already had them where needed. Stock up on them.
Josh says make sure you keep a monthly check on your fire extinguishers.
Yes. Chad, bicycles, extra tires, tubes, old-fashioned air pumps, all for grid down transportation.
Yeah.
And Todd,
and we don't have a bike.
No, I got rid of it when we moved. Todd, I remember you talking about that house fire, and fire extinguishers are the most important things you can have. Also, too, something to think about is a fire blanket. You can get them pretty cheap, but that way, if you've got a small fire on your stove, you can take that blanket and drop it right on top of the stove and not have to worry about shooting the fire extinguisher and it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
But that right there is also baking soda.
Yes. Use baking soda.
You can use it for cleaning and deodorizing, and it's even a remedy
Baking
for
soda
stomachache.
is used for so many different things.
Stomach issues. It's
Yeah.
inexpensive and doesn't expire.
Yes.
So I see people in the chat right here. Is there anything y'all can think of that we may not have in our
Well, y'all
flurry
mentioned some
of
good
conversations?
things here. Let's see if maybe they can come up with some more.
So is there anything you think we have forgotten, or something that you, over your time of doing this, said, oh man, I can't believe I forgot this? That's what
Yeah.
we usually come up with when we're sitting there, we're doing our inventory or we're doing something, and it's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. We don't have this? Or we only have
How many
one?
times have we done that?
Right. Or we only have one of these? No.
Right. Yeah.
Scissors have been our thing that we cannot keep up with. And I don't know why.
I have lots of scissors in the craft room.
Maybe that's where they all are.
Maybe.
But every time I need a pair of scissors, I can't find one. So maybe I need to go to the craft room.
Well, depending on what kind of scissors you're looking for, I mean, the scissors in the craft room are obviously for crafting. There's some in the kitchen that are kitchen shears, meant to cut through chicken bones and things like that.
So, okay, maybe I need to go do some inventory.
Go buy your own. Get your own scissors, Dave.
So, but little things like that, to where, oh man, I can't believe I forgot that. So, and if you do, buy 2 of them, because there's a chance that the newer ones now that you're going to go out there and buy are not as good as the old ones.
Oh, I know.
We've got some can openers that we've had for a very long time that work extremely well. We bought some new ones recently because, hey, we've only got, one of these old ones. We need another manual can opener. And it sucks. There's no other way to say it. It sucks.
Yeah.
So think about that, Knife sharpeners.
Oh, good one.
Knife sharpeners are something that actually, you can continue to use them, but over time, with use, you can actually wear them out. So keep you a couple extra ones. I like ceramic rods. It's just the way but if you drop it, it's going to shatter.
Well, don't drop it.
So you need to keep some extra ones. The diamond materials, and I know you can clean them, but I know the diamond material will fill up with the metal when you're sharpening, and it wears down. So it's good to have some extra ones.
Well, my thought process right now is storage on these things that like the can openers and things like that. Let's say you have an abundance of them, you have 4 or 5 of them. You don't want to keep all of those in the kitchen cabinets because it's going to be cluttered.
Right.
So my thing is if you have a basement, there's lots of room in basements to store things. If you have, can you store things like that maybe in the attic?
You could.
Things that are not going to be touched for a while,
but
not necessarily food items, of course.
Well, you got to understand that the attic is extremely hot.
Okay, well, I get that, but maybe if you put them in a Mylar bag, will that matter?
Heat will still be your enemy up there. It can get up to 115 to 125 degrees in your attic.
Okay, well,
yeah. It would have to be. We've lost Christmas decorations to the heat up there.
Yeah.
And it's also a less used area, so it's more susceptible to critters. So some people do have good attic storage.
Yeah.
We do not.
No, we don't. And it's a shame, too, because it's quite a big attic.
It is a lot of square footage, Chad says solar motion lights can be used, charged outside, and used inside as well. Good to have several put back. You're right. So our camping trip we took out to Talladega National Forest this past week, we relied on solar for almost everything. And it was recharging the EcoFlows, the Jackeries that powered up all the flashlights. Most of our stuff was, except for, flashlights and 2 of the 12-volt refrigerators was the only thing that was running on the power.
You're really roughing it with a refrigerator, aren't you?
Well, it wasn't mine. I had to use ice.
I just had to say that.
But I did bring another cooler with just ice to replenish stuff like that because I knew it was going to be warmer this past week than what I'm normally going out there and camping.
I know.
At 12
I had
degrees.
to turn the air on today.
Right, but and also to spare cables. We did run into a situation where my micro USB, just about everything I have is USB-C. But I had one micro USB cable, and it broke.
Mike says, don't forget good old brass and lead, as well as gun parts for maintenance and repair.
Yes.
Invest in precious metals.
Like I said, you can break a spring or lose a detent in one of your AR-15s, and now you've got a $2,000 baseball bat because of a 2-cent piece that you don't have.
Mm-hmm. Where's that one place that you bought a bunch of springs from? It's been a while ago, like maybe
So Preparedness
several
Depot.
years ago. I don't think it was Preparedness Depot.
So right now, if you want them to walk into a store, buy these parts, Preparedness Depot has those parts on a shelf. But what I was looking at was, and I'm searching to find where it is.
Do you remember?
That's what I'm looking for.
Because there were like
Be King Firearms is a website that's got
Okay.
all of the parts that you can buy in bulk.
And when you bought them, they sent you like 100 of them.
So all these little, the AR-15 guts and parts and pieces, you can buy.
What is the that address? I'm gonna pull it up.
B, just the letter B, kingfirearms.com.
KingFirearms.com. Okay.
And then you're going to hit.
Can't reach this page. What? Wait a minute. Let me Google it. Maybe that'll help.
So the parts, you go into the menu and it'll say, all these parts and pieces and things like that. But then they'll have a section in here that says bulk packaging. So that's where you can buy your 100 gas rings for $10. Let's see here. And I'm actually doing this on the fly right here, trying to look this up. Buffer retaining springs. Yeah, all right. So he's got
Okay, here it is.
19,000 in stock.
Yeah, this is the website. Firearms, parts, accessories, ammo. However you say that.
There you go. All right.
How do you say that? CERAKOT.
No. Just Be King Firearms.
No, this is one of the selections on the website. I've already got it pulled up.
I'm reading the website as you're.
Services, brands, sales. Yeah.
Yep. So you go to parts.
Parts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll see right there where it's got
AR-15.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually doing that myself over
Where
here.
Where am I going?
Right there. So right there it shows you all your trigger pins, parts, pieces.
I'm in AR-15. Which parts?
Oh,
am I
no,
going?
that's what I'm saying. Just that screen you're on
Okay,
right there.
just any of these.
That's where you click on any one of those to
Okay.
where, let's see here. I'm looking at
thought you were gonna
YouTube.
tell
Remember,
me
there's a
first.
delay. So right here, lower parts kits and spare
Lower
parts.
receivers,
Up, right there.
barrels.
No, lower parts kits and spare parts. I'm actually
I
moving my mouse like you
see.
can.
Like I can see you.
Like-
yeah. Okay, I got it pulled up now.
Because I'm sitting here with my mouse hovering over the YouTube, and I'm like, ooh, I can click on that.
Okay, yeah. So there's all the springs.
There
and
you go.
things.
So there you go. And wow, I'm doing it again. I'm trying to scroll.
Yeah,
That messes with me.
the prices have gone up just a bit,
Well,
but it's still not bad.
no.
For
So
spare parts.
any one of these items right here, if it breaks, your gun will go down. So
Yeah. And it's B, the letter B, KINGS, bkingsfirearms.com.
Let's see here. That's it. Springs, gas rings, firing pins, bolts, and gas tubes. Absolutely. And don't forget the gas tubes. Gas tubes can get clogged up with corrosion. You can actually bust a gas tube. If you have too hot of a round or you've actually used your tool and shoot a lot. You know, these things are perishable items, and the gas rings, the gas tube, a lot of that is a perishable item in the firearm. You know, so you need extra parts, and you need the knowledge to change this stuff out. You know, you may not have the ability to go to the local gun shop to have it changed out.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Duke
Yeah.
Duke Devlin 344 says, not sure if it was said, but gas can be stored, but it will expire over time. Diesel will not go bad, and you can make it yourself with the right knowledge. You
Yes.
can make your own diesel.
Yes. So gas can be stored, and unfortunately, because we're running on this ethanol fuel, you've got, even with fuel stabilizer, a year at best. You know, you just need to make sure you're rotating that out. Mark your cans, and you need to rotate them out. It's just something as simple as, 1 through 10. I have 10 gas cans. You know, every time I empty one can, number one, it gets put to the end, and and I'll go ahead and fill it up, and put it to the other end, and it just rotates all the way through. You know, whether you do that once a month or whatever else. So think about it. Everyone's like, I know gas can get expensive sometimes. It's not as expensive as it has been, but
No.
you can go get 5 gallons a month.
5 gallons a week.
Well, until you replenish. You don't want to get too much to where you're sitting there with so much stored that you can't cycle it out. You know, okay, here's my thing. Propane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So-
Propane doesn't go bad, does
So
it?
I've been saying for the longest time, propane does not go bad. Well, I just recently had an issue with the tank going bad. The propane in it is fine, but it won't come out because the O-ring on the inside of the valve has gone bad. And when I attach my Blackstone or whatever else to that tank, that gas will not come out. And I've tried, multiple different ways. So now I've got a brand new tank. It's full. It's been stored for years, and that is an issue I'm having. And I've got somebody looking into it for me right now to see if there's a solution. But think about maybe putting some oil or grease on that O-ring to try and keep it alive longer. So just something I've ran into, and it's 4 brand new tanks right now will not allow gas out.
You can't exchange them?
You lose that gas that's in it.
Well,
You've already purchased that gas.
take
You
it-
can't transfer that to.
I know, but can't you take it to the place you bought it from and tell them this gas can itself is faulty? It's not releasing the gas.
No, well, once it's filled, you own it, and there's no other way except for exchanging it. Yeah, pretty much exchanging it or buying a new
So
one.
you lose no matter what.
Yes,
Well, that sucks.
yes. So, I don't. Yeah, and they're rubber based. You can find them at the hardware store, and that's another thing I'm doing. I'm looking to see, I need to get in there and get one of them out. I got an empty tank that I can get in there and mess with safely, and and get that out. So, and then buy extra ones, but also too, there's some other type of materials to keep the gaskets from corroding and deteriorating.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to add, Dave?
Well, no, but I do want to bring up something for information reasons, cautions.
Okay.
So we were camping out, and we had a homeless couple make camp next to us. They were probably about 75 yards from us, and we didn't know they were homeless until they walked up on us in camp and said that they was. And you know, the thing about it is me and my buddy were out there. We're in the middle of the woods, you know, and well, it's a campsite, you know, but we're out there. They didn't make it a point to walk with a wide girth to where they're visible to us. They almost snuck up next to my truck and walked in on us. You know, we noticed them pretty quick. But the thing about it is they did walk into our camp, which is fine. I mean, we've had, you know, people walk into camps before and, you know, hey, how y'all doing? You know, blah, blah, blah. Well, this was different. You know, as he's sitting there talking to me, he expresses that he's homeless. He expresses that no one's there to help. And that,
smart.
what have you got? What can you spare? I mean, just instantly.
Well, I mean, I get it.
Well,
I get that.
The thing is as I'm talking to him, with the woman, whether it be his wife or whoever, walked up on my blind side in between my trailer and my truck, and then she started talking, which then I have my direction, my attention in two different directions now. While she is checking out the bed of the truck, the trailer, she's looking around like she's scoping it out. That's just me. That's my brain working. Whether there anything nefarious was going on or
you
not,
don't know.
I don't know. So when you think you're out there and you're just chilling out, you know, that's when we were using a lot of our preps, our fire starters and all this stuff, you know. But then again, just that fast, you can have someone walk up on you and take your attention away from what you're doing. We wasn't expecting someone to walk up on us. It took us by surprise.
I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
But it also put our focus in one direction. There was only two of us out there. It put our focus in one direction. So it's just worth it for you to keep your
Y'all
eyes
could have
and
been
ears.
flanked easy.
Pardon?
I said y'all could have been flanked easy.
Exactly. So just keep an eye out. You know, we helped them out a little bit. You know, but we also told them that we were enjoying our time out here. So you know, give us some privacy, and we'll extend that to y'all too. You know, so
Yeah.
So just remember, you know, be watching around you and keeping your eyes up.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah. So, but
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to add. So, are we gonna? You want to wrap it up?
well, yeah. So here's the thing. We're going to be doing a couple more experiments on some ways of the chat, my camera views and things like that. So if you notice that, you know, one of us may look a little different, you know, we're experimenting with a few things on the next rabbit hole. And
It's gonna get better.
yep, it's going to get
better.
really, really cool. But just want to let you know in case something looks like it's different. Well, it's because it is, you know. But also too, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
You know, and one thing, yes, Thanksgiving is a time for friends and family. Get together, hang out, cherish the moments. But also, check out the deals that are going on. There's a lot of good deals going on right there.
Well, Black Friday is not Black Friday anymore. It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before.
I hate to say it,
anymore.
but I'll take it.
Oh, I know.
Because EcoFlow
I
runs...
don't go shopping on Black Friday.
No.
I do not. I never
Well,
have. Well, I went once, and it was...
Who goes shopping anymore? It's all right here.
Well, true, but...
So,
You
EcoFlow...
got some diehards out there,
Yeah.
like Susie and Scott and all them.
EcoFlow is running some awesome deals right now. Jackery is running some awesome deals right now. Of course, I'm not affiliated with them,
No, we're not.
but if y'all are listening,
Not yet.
you can get in touch with us. EcoFlow's got some specials. Jackery does. Check those out. They got some solar panels on sale right now, really cheap. Anchor's running a whole bunch of specials right now. So check your local vendors. If you're looking into getting something like that, now is the time. I think one of their solar panels, EcoFlows, was regular $375. I think it's roughly $160 now. So look into that. You know, but check out the deals. A lot of good sales going on, and that was my watch in the table, not my knuckle. But enjoy Thanksgiving, everyone, and
Yes, please enjoy Thanksgiving.
we do appreciate everyone getting on here. The comments are awesome. Keep them coming, and go ahead and you have
Wrapping it up.
you have a closing statement, or
I need to come up with one. But until then, again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And as always, invest in precious metals, brass and lead.
there you go. Remember to hit that subscribe, thumbs up,
And the notification bell.
and the notification. That'll help us out, and it'll help you out. Let you know when we're going to get on here and not stay on topic.
Right?
So, all right, everyone.
Good night, everybody.